What's going on, guys? Anthony from Simple Tech Talk here, where I help you get the most out of your Android device. And today we're going to talk about something called USB debugging. Now, if you know what USB debugging mode is, you're already ahead of the curve. If you don't, then I'll give you a quick basic explanation of it, okay? So USB debugging is actually a way of connecting to your computer in a more efficient way, so that way you can do transfers whether to or from your Android device to the PC or from the PC or Mac. Now, if you're an app developer, you should already know what USB debugging is, because for app developers, this actually would help them test out the applications on their Android device that they're trying to get it to work with, okay? So that's one use for app developers. Now, for people like you and me, there are ways of doing other things with USB debugging that help you significantly. First, I've already mentioned connecting it to the computer. Maybe you want to transfer your photos and videos that are on your device and move them over. Now, if you have the new S8, 64 gigs, that's over 15,000 photos it potentially could hold, depending on the resolution, of course. Now, for another reason people use USB debugging mode is to do something called beast mode. Now, all that simply means is the transition effect from one screen to the next happens so fast, it gives the idea or the illusion that your phone is running faster. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my S8. I think it is a phenomenal phone. It is really, really reliable. But when the transitions happen, they're very slow. Now, on my previous phones that I've had before, I did use debugging mode to actually ramp up the transitions. And that's something I want to go over with you guys today. Let's get into that. All right, great. So now what you want to do in order to access USB debugging mode, you want to go into your settings. Now for me, typically I swipe down from the top and I tap on the settings icon on the top right. Then we go all the way down to the bottom to About Phone. Once you're in About Phone, you want to scroll up again so that way you can see Build Number. You're going to tap on Build Number a certain amount of times, and now you see how many steps it tells you you're away from being a developer. Developer mode is now on. Now you want to hit your back button. And now you see at the very bottom below is going to say Developer Options. Now within Developer Options, there are a few things that you can do. Stay awake so the screen will never sleep while charging. Not a bad feature, by the way, but you have to be aware of screen burn. If you are charging your phone and you've got a bright screen going, you will burn your images into your screen. It doesn't look pretty at all, I promise. Then the next thing you want to notice, if you go down, is debugging. So USB debugging, if you turn that on, debugging mode launches when USB is connected, meaning when you connect to the computer, it's going to automatically get it into that debugging mode. It's going to know that that's what you want to do. Now we can turn that on or off. I'm going to leave mine off, but if your purpose for using USB debugging is to get your photos on your computer, I recommend turning it on and giving it a shot. Now if we go a little bit further down, and you're going to see all of these options. One of my favorite ones is Show Touches, and you can actually show that white screen, that white button on the screen, and that's usually how I've done previous tutorials. Now you guys know how I did that. Now there are some stuff you can show pointer location, and you can see I'm kind of drawing on there, and on the very top it'll give you like the latitude and longitude of things. You don't really need that on, but it's kind of cool. Now I do recommend a little bit of caution when you're inside of here, because if you turn certain things on or off and you don't know how to turn it back off or switch it back to the way it was, you can damage the phone. So don't go playing around too much without doing a lot of research. Now here is where we're going to talk about window animation scale, transition, animator, duration scale. So now these are the things that I was talking about that give your phone the appearance of moving faster. So right now they're all at 1 times. Right? I usually turn it into a 0.5. You can actually see that. And it's actually going to move a lot faster. So now window animation, if we did 10, look how slow that actually pops. Look how slow that moved. Right? It's going to slowly transition out. We want to go as fast as possible. So now when we do it, look how fast it is. Or animation off, it just pops up. So the transition again, let's see if it'll open up. It doesn't do that one. Transition is more from one app to the next, so no worries about that. But I like to keep them at a 0.5 or even a 0, or even just completely off. And then now our phone's just gonna move lightning quick, which is actually really fun. And it gives me that appearance that my phone is now in a beast mode kind of context. So remember guys, if you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this video was helpful for you too. Ooh. So if you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Once again guys, if this video was helpful to you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Hit me up on Instagram. That's usually where I'm doing a lot of my interacting with everyone. And if not, I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.